Hello everybody, and today I'm gonna make a today I'm gonna be making a guide to Bloxd.io Bedwars. I'm gonna be giving an example game for every class or role or whatever you want to call it, and explain some of the strategy behind it. So as soon as that ends, I'll just give some basics first. So firstly, here you get to choose what map you want to do. I'm just gonna just try each of them individually before really deciding on anything. Out of these, I prefer wheat, so I'm gonna go for that, even if Tavern's most likely gonna win. Then you can join a team where you can, if you want, you can, don't, or if you don't want to, you can just kind of not. But so, as a rusher, let me just change my role because I was playing somewhere last game. Your main goal is to break other people's beds, so get some blocks. I'm not 100% familiar with this map, but I'm pretty sure this is a short one, which basically means that you get 48 blocks, not 64. If it's a longer map, then get 64. And also get a stone pick since you're gonna be rushing, so and the beds are start fortified in this game, which basically means that it takes a lot of time with just your hands. You should break it. So yeah, you start bridging. Then when you reach mid, you just then I'll show you when you get there. But generally speaking, other teams are there. Like here, I see the greens here, so I could go for their bed. So now I'm just gonna check what their bridges and what their defense is. It's pretty easy for me to get into, it seems. Alright, so they are defending it, so yeah, I honestly probably should have started fighting back earlier because I was already really low health. Uh, down, what's going on in chat? Looks like they're kind of being weird, all things considered. So this guy spent some diamonds on the lucky item for right now. Okay, I'm kind of getting wrecked. Bro, I was genuinely behind it. Bro, what is my team doing? Right, for a second, I thought they'd let him get the pet. It's fine though. They're not that bad. Let's see. I got some blocks. So I've already set my targets on green. Don't change your target midway through unless something's very obviously easy. Like blue was an option, but they have obsidian, which is the hardest material you can get in Bedwars. And it's honestly really hard to get through without like at least an iron pick, which I'm not ready to invest in right now. But it's okay. So my team basically let someone break their bed, and by let I mean like didn't prevent, not they let like they open up our bed or anything. So now I'm gonna stay back a little bit more, even if my role is rusher. I don't have all that many resources, but I do have enough to get a decent head start. I have some blocks. I have some of this stuff. I could get cornbread. It's good for healing and all, but I'd prefer to not. I'd much rather save up to get Fireball, and soon I'm gonna have to just take over mid realistically. But I also have this advantage of knowing what is Blue's bed defense. So I am probably gonna try to exploit that as well. I'm gonna put these in my moonstone chest because even though my enemies will get if I die, I'd rather not keep it in my inventory, and that's like the only other option. So I got the jump on him, so I just destroyed him in a battle. I'm gonna try to get some diamonds because they let me get the strongest armor and such, and weapon, I guess. They also let you get some really good for utility stuff. Let me just kill him. There's this blue guy probably chasing behind me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm getting ganged up on. Wrong thing. So this guy's basically dead, but I'm also dying. Yeah. So that wasn't the best game because I didn't do well in rushing or anything, but the ideas I displayed there they are fundamental. Where you start by getting some blocks and also pickaxe, then you just go on offense. But you don't go for kills. I couldn't really display that well. I actually had to do a lot of fighting, a lot more than I was hoping for. But generally, when you're playing a rusher, you don't want to focus on getting kills. But I had to that game because my team wasn't. So when you're playing rusher, do prepare to be flexible, just in case something like that happens. But as a whole, I do think that's a good enough guide. Next time you're playing attacker, also make sure if you're gonna be playing a different role, change it here. Just show. Because like here, I know this person on my team is a defender. This person's apparently an attacker. This person's a defender. So the two defenders should stay back at our base and defend our bed at least pretty well. Because like last game, I was going out. I wasn't focusing on defending our bed. But yeah, in chat, a lot of times I do recommend just try and defend like this, but don't post it in global chat. Do it in team chat because you're basically telling your teammates to defend your bed. This is another short map, but as an attacker, I care less about bed. I care more about getting kills and final kills. So I recommend getting a sword instead of a pickaxe. I still recommend getting 48 blocks though. These two are the same price, so it's just, in my opinion, if you're playing attacker, get stone instead of sword instead of a pickaxe. Because the wood sword's good. I can honestly get lots of kills with it, but it's not as good as stone, obviously. Now here, I would like to mention that. Okay, don't. Oh, what? No, I know you could do that, but uh, don't really recommend it per se. And even as an attacker, it there are some maps where I'd recommend going for like the moonstone areas for rushing. But unless you're playing support or defender, I don't really recommend going for moonstone as often because mid gets you diamonds, which are generally speaking more valuable. And see, like this bed is wide open. My team is telling me not to bridge like that, but that's more so to get to mid. That's less to get to other people's bases. Because to get to other people's bases, it's more so just you get there. Okay, I'm kind of lagging. It's chill. So I got the kill, and since I didn't get a pickaxe, it does take me longer. But it's also easier for me to get that kill, for example. And I'm about to get the bed in a second. And yeah, now yellow team's just done. Because he's not going to beat me in a battle. And that's like the main advantage of getting the sword. You're just better at battling. So now I'm going to get armor, which is just in a general tip as well. Normally you want to get armor unless you don't have a bed left because armor sticks with you even after you die. Whereas if I were to get iron sword there, if I and then just like fell, I would lose it. Fireball kind of has a similar principle in that it doesn't stick with you after death, but a fireball serves like a completely different purpose. So all right, let me just take a look at what they have. Okay, that's good to know. It seems my teammates also focused heavily on an offense, so I can just get this bed. I kind of sold on that, but that's fine. Okay, I got both kills. Alright, now it's just one team left. This is actually honestly closer to a Rusher game. It's just that while playing Rusher, I 100% recommend getting a pickaxe. Okay, I missed that fireball, but that's fine still. Oh, blue already lost their bed. Okay. So yeah, most likely we've won this game. I didn't notice that they lost their bed, but in situations like this where they're all pillaring up, I recommend getting a crossbow because it has knockback arrows. Now the arrows themselves are a great way to deal with people like bridging. He's gonna take some fall damage when he gets down, and he's done. And type GG after every game. I forgot last game. I want to say I just kind of forget. Like a lot of times when I lose because I kind of like get rage quit almost. But still do it if you can. If you forget, it's fine. Don't sweat about it, but especially when you win, you should do it. And don't take that as reason to not. Yes, next defender. So defender, kind of explanatory. You defend, but that doesn't mean you just build bad defense or you just kill people that are coming to your base. It means that you do both of those. So let me just load into this game. So here, when I'm playing defender, I prefer longer maps like this, or just like probably my personal favorite map, Wheat, because it's like Wheat. I just like it as a whole for everything. Also, crouching is just generally like a sign of like a peace offering. Uh, it's not. You don't have to accept though. Like it's not official. But if you're crouching someone, then you're not attacking them first. Okay. Now extra. Okay. So we're playing Ahoy, which is kind of like an intermediate map, if I remember correctly. Like it's not really short, but it's not long either. Although it might be short, I'm kind of forgetting. But so as defender, you don't care about this. Let me just double check. I switched. Yeah, you don't care much about any of this stuff over here, especially pop towers. I see lots of people just buy these and use those. Yeah, I recommend getting stuff from here. I'm personally gonna get some stone, although I do generally think that clay is better. Okay, so yellow's being very aggressive. Like, this is a person that's clearly good at the game, at least good at bridging. It seems almost like hacks, but I honestly don't know how to tell hacks. If my team like dies here, because this is like a full on war between teams, okay? Yeah, so if I die here, I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna show how you can like kind of go solo almost or bedless as like a defender. Bro, what is this? Why am I lagging as well? How? Okay, okay, I just lagged out and died. It's fine. I'm gonna redo that defender game because that wasn't a good example. When you're dealing with hyper aggressive teams like that, generally that means they're actually really well coordinated, which is kind of hard for me because I'm not playing with friends or anything. I'm just kind of playing by myself and just giving you guys a guide. Oh, I'm updatable for again. So here, this map is another one of my favorites. It's one of the older maps as well. I do think it's good. It's really short and also pretty hard to defend. Coliseum, I like to defend it more because it's still pretty easy to get there, like to each other's spaces. But it's just long because like these are the bases you have to go like that or like that or like that, which either takes lots of blocks or takes lots of time or whatever. And it shows the Hawaii again. So yeah, here last game I went for cracked stone brick, but I'm kind of traumatized after that, just lightly. So I'm just gonna get this, which in my opinion has one big thing, which is okay. Why is this guy in my way? Oh my god! You could build it up like that, but I prefer making like a false center almost. Here, like it's harder for teams to tell which one of these two is correct now. Then like do something like that. Now this front side's a little bit weak, but I'm gonna get more resources to deal with that. And here, now, if I go into blocks, I'm gonna get one more set of this. I'm gonna get a lot of wool because the advantage of alternating between blocks is that you don't have to really worry about like people breaking in with tools as much. Like I mean, they can still break in if they have the right tools and knowledge and all. But this way, like, you just don't have to worry as much because right now, if they want to break it, they have to switch through shears to pickaxe and such. It seems my team's largely also focused on defending, which isn't the best when you want to play defense. But then here, you continue to layer it. Prioritize your front side because that's not necessarily most likely where they're gonna try to break in, but that's what they're gonna be planning for. And I'm gonna go get more clay. What is? Okay, I don't know what the chat's saying. Like this chat. And also in general, just ignore that. It's just that I'm waiting for some resources. I have some time. So I have 64 of this. I don't know what teammate put that up there. Honestly, if your teammates are also there, just kind of start layering on instead of making it look pretty or whatever. Like here, just this is a different type of layering where you just make sure that none of the wool is visible if you can, and if not, then just most of it is like behind a piece of clay, because that makes it so like I honestly don't know where the bed is anymore. Like I could probably get there in like a couple blocks, but it'd be really annoying. So at this point, I honestly am kind of getting bored because I mean I'm not used to playing defender, and we just didn't, and my team as a whole just didn't bridge to mid, so no one's gonna be coming here. Honestly, it's mainly just gonna be like my team kind of just chilling, building up our bed defense. So I think I can just take this time to like explain like what I recommend playing. So I recommend defender for like if you're new to the game, because it doesn't take much skill. It's just kind of like placing blocks. So just remember like what blocks to place, and you're gonna be good. And I mean, I guess that's it. Honestly, there's nothing else you really have to remember. Like, this is a solid bet defense. At this point, I could very well go out, and I would have very little fear that my bed got broken. At this point, I'm also gonna get a stone sword. Soon I'll be able to afford iron armor, which is a really good step, because that means like in my opinion, that's like the final point where you're like you should be 100% confident to go out. Because like by then your offense is solid, your base defense is great, and you have some decent defending, like a good bed defense. So like you don't really have to be scared that you'll die. But back to why this is better for beginners, it's just because one, it requires less skill, and generally is less fundamentally important, because a lot of the time you don't really need to deal with like defending attacks, because your other teammates will help with that, if not do that completely. Like when I was starting, like when I was really bad at this game, or like like a day into playing, that's what I did, where I just built like defenses, and this knowledge is honestly from back then, so I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it worked really well back then, so I'm assuming it works well today. But yeah, now I'm honestly kind of gonna wait a little bit, because I just want to get a really good defense done. And now I'm out of wool as well. I'm gonna bridge. It's because I can afford iron armor. I got that. I got explosives. I got um, a fireball. And then I'm just gonna put my excess loot into my moonstone chest. Now build this bridge from my bed defense, actually, because it's not the tallest or anything. Oh wait, okay. He built a pop-up tower, so I'm gonna use. Oh, almost fell. So I'm gonna use this to bridge to mid, because it's just kind of harder to access than if I were to bridge down there. Because if I did there, then they could just kind of like walk by, and I kind of suck at bridging upward. I honestly don't like it, because then it's hard for you to get back as well. And it's just one team left now. It's just the red team, and they have a bed defense. It's not nearly as crazy as ours, because they didn't focus on it all game like we did. So I got this explosive on them. So now their bed's wide is just completely exposed, and I got their bed, and now they're cooked. Like, even if I can't beat them all in a PvP, in just straight PvP, because, I'm kind of like a 3v1. Oh, okay, I don't know how my team's bed got broken. I don't know what my teammates are doing, but that is how you play Defender. Like, generally, you have to have teammates that are playing offense, because that game, like, I had to go offense, which isn't ideal. But I'm not coordinating this with, like, anybody I know, so I can't really ensure that. But as a whole, that's how you're supposed to play Defender. Don't worry about, like, if I win or not in these games, because I don't main a lot of these. If you just practice a little bit, you can probably get better than I am at it. Like, because I'm honestly not that good. This is all, like, learned experiences. It's not I got training or something. I honestly don't like this map. I don't know why they keep on giving it to me. But finally, support. This is, like, in my opinion, supposed to be a hybrid between everything. So I got more blocks than I normally would for this map, because I'm gonna have to bridge not necessarily more, but, like, longer ways. Because my plan for support is generally to go for moonstone attacks, which basically consists of going for a moonstone to attack, obviously. And for that, and when you're playing support in general, I recommend getting the pickaxe and the sword, because you are basically playing, like, a more flexible version of attacker or defender. I mean, sorry, not defender, or rusher, where you're rushing and all, but you also have to get ready to come back to base to defend if you need to, or to just start PvPing instead, and whatever. Like, whatever other tasks may appear, you have to be ready. Oh, I accidentally bought extra wool. That's fine. It doesn't matter much, because, like, I only wanted to get 64, but hey, free wool. So now that I have Moonstone, I could stop here. I could already get damage 1, which just kind of boosts my damage. And oh yeah, like, in general, don't get Moonstone if you're not gonna be support, because Moonstone, it's more accessible, in my opinion, to get for support, because it serves several functions. Whereas if you're gonna be just attacker, for example, yeah, it helps a lot, but it's not gonna help as much as getting another sword or whatever else you could do, really. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, here, this guy's attacking me, so I have to get ready to defend him as a support, because, yeah. In general, though, like, you're gonna have other teammates and you're gonna support them. I don't know these people, so I'm kind of just going, like, as an all for one, or one for all, sorry. But in general, you're supposed to be supporting your team. Like, this guy's would be trying to break the bed. I would be helping him by distracting, like, the enemy team. So this person has lots of moonstone and a good amount of iron. So moonstone priorities, I'd recommend damage 1 first. Then a lot of people recommend generator, which I find interesting, but I find alarm and protection to be better. Now for most, I recommend protection, but for support, I recommend alarm, because alarm helps for more things, because it helps with your defense, which you can kind of supplement with other stuff. As here, we can see that blue already kind of started bridging to their moonstone, and red also did. Now that red person, he kind of got distracted by my teammate and ran off, presumably to my base. So I'm just gonna bridge up a bit here. They have a crossbow, so somebody spent 20 iron on that team. Okay, that's gonna be a little annoying to deal with. I might have to bridge to mid, but yellow's still alive, so I'm just gonna go flank them real quick. Okay, my moonstone chest is also actually kind of, like, really well off right now. I'm not sure if 32 is enough, because I don't normally play supporter. I normally just play a rusher. In my opinion, it's just a bit more straightforward. But okay, they already bridged more than halfway. Okay, I probably should have gone that, but it's fine. I might get cooked out. I'll see. I always underestimate like how good I am because it's either like I'm better than everybody I play against. Like in this game, I'm better than most people, but not all. I feel like even if I am, honestly. So okay, they have iron swords for some reason. So I'm just gonna, but like when I went there, this is a key skill actually. You should be able to identify what their bed defense is if you're a gang for. So now I know I have like everything I need to break their bed defense because it's mainly a mix of wool and clay with a wool surface and like a clay inner layer. Okay, bro, what is this lag? What is this? Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's fine. But bro, what is my team doing? I always find this annoying because like my teammates just barely do anything. It's especially annoying when I'm trying to show you guys like the different roles and how they work. Because I'm not really playing hybrid. I'm basically playing Rusher, but Moonstone version, which a lot of people just play in general. I just prefer not to. And also, just don't worry about these deaths. It does not matter. Okay, honestly, both of these teams are pretty well fortified. The best course of action I feel I have for them is just to get this type of stuff and clear out this like one person. There's just one person that's defending me, honestly, and perhaps honestly probably my entire team. Anyway, so yeah, I just killed him, so now I could get the bed really easily. Honestly, all things considered, I don't even really care about that because now I got their bed, so now the other teams don't have it because my teammates, I assume, yeah, my teammates got Red's bed. Now we can get more damage focused upgrade. So Red was eliminated. That last guy died. Now it's just yellow. Now since I'm solely focusing on PvP, it's easier. I don't know who this Jamie Gamer guy is, but like, I assume he's not because this guy is like the MVP for yellow, in my opinion. I don't know. Oh god, he got a diamond sword. I might be screwed. Yeah. Um. Yeah. When you're dealing with someone that's pretty like he's not far off from me. I would say I'm probably slightly better, but that might just be me hyping myself up. Honestly, he's not much worse, if anything. And it's hard when he has a bear sword. I'm okay. This guy's saying to God bridge over it, but he was not cooking earlier, so I have no idea if he's actually good at all. Uh, he just broke my ankles. And I slipped. And I'm selling. Yeah, if I killed this guy on Boo or something, I'm not sure. Okay, I keep on slipping. But yeah, this is like what. But now I just have time to talk about just in general. Now, the more advanced you get, the closer I say you should lean towards support. It's like I normally play Rusher because it's the least reliant on teammates. Because like, I think you can argue that support's just as reliant, or I mean, not support. Yeah, support. Wait, what am I saying? It's just as like unreliant on teammates, but its main purpose is to support your teammates. It's not to like go off and do your own thing. It's just that my teammates right now aren't doing much else. So and okay, I'm so close to killing him. Yes, let's go. All right, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're cooked. Bro, they upgrade their generator so much it's making diamonds. I think that's max upgrade or like second last. Okay, I thought that was like one of my enemies for a second. I was about to like start killing him. I, I don't know why he tried throwing out there. But okay, this. Okay, I missed. That's pretty devastating. But now I have the diamond sword, so like, there's not much they can do. So I'm gonna be honest, none of them were as good as the other guy, and that's game. All right, that concludes this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and have a good time.